This stresses me out. Welcome to Mostly Sapphic Books, where I read mostly Sapphic books. I normally do book reviews of books that I've read. Today I'm going to talk about all these books that I have not read, or most of them I haven't read. These are books that I have picked up recently. There's too many of them. I am not a person who has a large physical TBR at all times. There are people who have like 500 books in their house and they've only read half of them. That is not me. This is too many books that I have not read. This is me committing to reading these and getting them out of the way. This stresses me out. These are books that some of them I've bought, and a lot of them I've got through giveaways, free means, or I've bought them secondhand, like really cheap. I'm not a big consumerist. Like 80% of the books I read are through the library. Love the library. Support your local library. But sometimes I splurge. And by splurge, I mean I buy books secondhand or I get them at a discount. I didn't buy any of these books at full price. This is not a consumerism vlog. It's not a I'm super rich, like how rich I am vlog. I am not rich. I will not be buying any more books anytime soon. Alright, we'll start at the top here. Okay, for full disclosure, I did read this. I read this morning. Well, I read it last year. The book came out last year. Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. I think this was my top book of 2024. I'm gonna make a video on this. But I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. This has bonus chapters at the end. That's really why I got it. And also it's very pretty. It's got the purple sprayed edges. The original book cover is red. It's all red and black, and that looks really good. I really love this cover, but I also like this purple cover. I kind of wish it glowed in the dark. It doesn't, but that would be cool. But this is a cool fantasy novel. Highly recommend it. I just finished rereading it. It's a blast. It's really well written. It's like a monster girlfriend from the monster's point of view. I will do a video on this. I can't talk about all of these for 10 minutes, even though that's my instinct is to just fucking yap. But let's stop yapping and move on. Great book. Another good book. I also read this. This came out 2 years ago. I read it last year. One of my favorite books of 2024. This one might have been my favorite book of 2024, but this one was up there as well. Again, got the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because this has extra content. It's just like 7 or 8 pages. Neither of these, the bonus content in both of these is like not exceptional. It's just like a few pages of extra little story that doesn't really impact the plot a lot or matter because it's just bonus. But it is nice having physical copies of these books that I really, really loved and will reread. I haven't reread this one yet, but I will at some point. Can you move? I'm showing them books. This has beautiful sprayed edges with like the eyeball. This is a fantasy novel that's not Sapphic. A lot of these books are Sapphic, by the way. This one is Sapphic. It's about a girl who falls in love with a monster who is a girl, in as much as monsters have gender. There is some neat discussion about these weird asexual monsters and their concepts of gender and whatnot, but just like a little bit. But this one is about a trans man is the main character, and it's a fantasy novel, YA, where he can talk to ghosts, but it's set in like Victorian England, and so he's not allowed to live as a man, and he gets sent to this institution for troublesome girls, and he finds out that institution is haunted, and then he helps people. There is a Sapphic romance on the side here, so there's a lot of queer rep in this. There's also a trans woman, but very good, very haunting, sort of horror YA, very visceral, very fun, very good. Talented author. There's like some shiny bits on this, like the glass in his hand. Ooh. Anyway, beautiful book. Had to have a physical copy of this. Did get it on sale. Also got this on sale. I pre-ordered both of these because I love these books so much. But I pre-ordered them on sale because I'm not a fool. Okay. Last Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is The Spirit Bares Its Teeth by Andrew Joseph White. I don't even think I said that. There's too much going on. This is too chaotic. Again, I don't like having all of this going on. But One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. This is also a Barnes & Noble exclusive. No, it isn't. It's just a collector's edition. I think you can get this anywhere. But I got it from Barnes & Noble, I guess. Support your local indie stores, whatever. I think this is signed. It's signed. That's cool. This also has a bonus chapter that I have not read. I read this book over a year ago. I really like it. I gave it 5 stars. Obviously, I bought the collector's edition. It's also got like pink edges. I don't know why you can see that. It's kind of a really light pink. The lighting's sort of weird for it. But it's kind of shiny. I don't really love this cover. I don't really love the original cover. Kind of like these really simple cartoon characters, which is one of the trends. I don't know. It's not offensive. It's not horrendous. But I need to read the bonus chapter of this. I read the book, but I have not read the extra bonus chapter. Which probably isn't even that long, so I should just fucking do that. Okay, these are what I'm currently reading. I got an arc of Katabasis. I won this. And it's good. I've never read R of Kuang before. I know she's popular. I like it. I have less than 100 pages to go. Like 75 pages. It's pretty good. Pretty darn good. Won't spoil anything. I'll also make a video on this. I'll probably make a video on all of these books when I actually get around to reading them and reviewing them. Not about lesbians. This is about lesbians. This is not about lesbians. No lesbians in this. Well, there's like one random side character. It doesn't matter. There's no lesbians in this. That came with this cool like art card. It's not really art, but it's like cardstock. I've been using it as a bookmark. It's fun. So that was a cool win. Katabasis by R of Kuang. You've probably heard of that one. Ooh. I'm also reading Grand Slam Romance Volume 3, Farewell to Babes by Ollie, Hicks, and Emma Oosterhous. This is the hardcover. I pre-ordered this on sale. I love this. I love this series. This series is so good. It's a graphic novel series about softball. Just lesbian, dyke-tastic, sapphic, queer, softball drama, lesbian drama, thruples, just horny idiots with magic who only use that magic to play softball. They don't save the world. They just play softball. It's so ridiculous and so fun and so queer and just good fucking shit. This is the best book of the year. I'm not finished yet, but like literally this is the best book of 2025. I'm not joking. Okay, This Poison Heart by Bayron. Bayron, that's a name. Kind of rhymes. This is an Owl Crate exclusive. It's signed. I bought this secondhand for like $5. Couldn't miss. I don't know a lot about this. I think it's about a lady who does plant magic. It's Sapphic. I'm like 90% sure Sapphic. Better be Sapphic. I think it's Sapphic. Yeah, I got this for like $5. Couldn't pass it up. I've heard a lot about this. Well, not enough to know what it's about apparently, but I've heard this book talked about a lot. And it's very pretty. And I like fantasy. And I'm hoping that it's good. I do want to get around to that somewhat soon. Although it's not like next up, so I don't actually know when I'm gonna get around to this. Another book I am not gonna get around to for a while. Oathbound. Who's this by? Tracey, Deonn. This is the 3rd book in a series. I haven't read any of the books. I'm pretty sure there's a lesbian side character. The main character isn't gay, and these are long books. This is a big boy. This one's like 642 pages. And that's a lot. And it's the 3rd book. And I haven't read the first 2. Even though I've heard good things about it, I've heard this is pretty popular. I want to get around to the whole series at some point. I don't even think the series is done. Maybe I'll get around to it when it's all out. But this one just came out, so that would probably be a while. I don't know how long it's supposed to be. But I think it's like a cool fantasy series. A lot of fantasy. It's like a big fantasy novel. A big fantasy novel. Big in terms of popularity and sheer size. I won this. This was really cool to win, actually. Comes with like a signed book plate and like some stickers and a bookmark and like more stickers and this cup with the book cover on it, which is rad as hell. I don't know if I want to like keep it as a collectible if I want to actually use it. So I'll just let it sit around and gather dust because that's a better option. And then I won an arc of Work Nights by Erica Peplin. This looks cool. This looks short. I think I'm gonna read this one next. It's about a woman living in New York, a young woman who works in like a newspaper office. and it's gay. That's all I need to know. If it's gay, I'll read it, and it's short, so I think I like this. This goes on sale June 17th of 2025, so I kind of want to read this before it comes out, just because I got an arc, and I want to read them early, because that's the point of an arc. This was actually a 2-for-1. I won this, and it came in the mail, and the day that it came in the mail, Simon & Schuster also sent me this arc, which is Welcome to Murder Week by Karen Dukess. Not Sapphic. Didn't don't know how I got this. Didn't enter to win this. I had heard of this before, but I don't know how I got this. I don't know if they accidentally sent me this, or if they were just giving out arcs of this to anyone who won any Simon and Schuster giveaway arc or something. But I got it, and the reviews for this are actually pretty good. A trio of Americans trying to solve a fake murder in an English village. And apparently it's really funny. It's got good reviews, so I'll read it. This comes out on June 10th, 2025, my birthday. I will not be reading it before June 10th, because I don't have time, and I'm reading too many things. And this isn't Sapphic, so it's not a priority, sorry, but I do want to get around to it, because it does sound good, and it's not too big, so... Thanks for sending me this, maybe accidentally, maybe not. Maybe they knew it was my birthday. They didn't know it was my birthday. Simon & Schuster does not fucking know me. But I got lucky, so I'll take it. Then I got an arc of this. Pan by Michael Clune, not Sapphic. This is about a teenage boy who has a nervous breakdown and believes he is the Greek god Pan. That's cool. I studied classical culture in college. Really, I studied the Latin language and not so much Greek mythology, but sounds cool anyway. I kind of like the cover and the side. It's got like the eyeballs that like stare at you. This is a weird one to have on your shelf because you look at it and it's just staring at you. It is a very intriguing cover for sure. Really stares into your soul. That's cool. This comes out in July 22nd. I might get around to it by then. We'll see. Again, not Sapphic, so not a priority. Yes, Sapphic. Yes, a priority. The second and third books in the Scapegracers trilogy. I loved the first book. It's so good. I can't wait to read these. I'm so sad that I have like other books to read, that I had to read like an arc of Katabasis. I mean, I didn't have to read it. I wanted to read it, but like I want to read the arcs first. These have been out for a couple years. Actually, this one just came out last year. And this actually is an art copy, but I bought it secondhand, so... this was on sale. This is just the regular copy. And I had to get it because I really like this author, H.A. Clarke. This is The Scratch Daughters by H.A. Clarke. This is the second in the Scapegracers trilogy. And this is The Feast Makers by H.A. Clarke, the third and final book in the Scapegracers trilogy. He has another book called Metal from Heaven that I really, really liked. And I really like the first book. This is about a lesbian witch and her coven. It's about friendship and queer people and a bunch of queer, angry, feral teenage girls fighting against like witch finders and discovering their powers. And it's just fucking rad and gay, and I love it. I'm gonna get around to that. I'm going to make time for that. I might actually even get like the ebooks of these just to read them, because I always have a physical book, an ebook, and an audiobook going at any time. And like I've got all these physical arcs, so I might get a copy of the second book on ebook and then make that my ebook to read. We're almost done. We have 2 books left, thank God. Two Truths and a Lie by Cory O'Brien. Not Sapphic. I believe this has gay men. I won this as well. Not an arc, but it's just a hard copy that I won. It's a sci-fi dystopia kind of thing. Haven't looked too much into this, but it's about like a hacker guy on the run from the police. Sounds cool. I like sci-fi. And if this is queer, I'll read it. Again, not Sapphic, so not like top of my list. But queer, which makes it above some of the straight books, maybe. Yeah, Two Truths and a Lie by Cory O'Brien. Did I say that? I'm too scatterbrained. Okay, last book. Wildthorn by Jane Eagland. Eagland's best books. I bought this secondhand for 50 cents. This has been on my TBR for the beginning of time. Since the dawn of time. I think this book came out in 2009. That's probably about when I first heard about this book and put it on my TBR. Maybe a couple of years after that. I opened up my Goodreads account in 2012, and this was one of the first books I had on my TBR in 2012. And I finally got a copy. It's about a lesbian or a queer girl. I don't actually know. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've wanted to read this that I don't remember what it's about. But it's about presumably a lesbian who goes off to this boarding school. Apparently it's actually a mental institution and not a boarding school. And there might be a trans storyline? To untangle the mysterious, wretched present, she remembers the past. I wished I were a boy. So maybe it's actually a trans thing. Maybe there's like some gender stuff. But it did come out in 2009, so I don't know how like great this is gonna be. I feel like both gay, lesbian, and trans representation has significantly changed the way it's presented in YA especially. So a YA book dealing with these topics from 2009 is probably maybe not as explicit as some of the other more recent contemporary books I've been reading. Because that's about when I knew I was gay, and it was a fucking struggle to find gay books back in the day, let me tell you. We are absolutely spoiled with the amount of queer literature these days, and queer contemporary literature especially. So this is kind of a throwback. It'll send me back to the era to see what shit was like in 2009, and maybe appreciate how far it's come. Or maybe be sad that I didn't read this 10 years ago, if it's good. But I like that I got a copy, and I like that I got it for 50 cents, so that's that. That's all the books. I'm done. I need to put these back. I didn't even keep them in order. There's too many books here, man. I can't even hold all these. I tried to do like the thumbnail, but I'm like holding them all, and that's not gonna fucking happen. Because I'm gonna drop all of them, and that's not worth it. That's not content. I treat my books well. Okay, here's like half of them. Fuck off. Here's books. You like books? Here's some gay books. I'm gonna read these. Expect videos on all of these. Or most of them, eventually. Or not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Subscribe for more book reviews. And like this. If you want more hauls that I'm not doing because I'm not buying more books. I might win them though. I do like winning free things. So maybe more free book hauls in the future. If I get really, really lucky. Again, don't count on it. But it could happen.